Today, as we are challenged by this COVID-19 pandemic, it is but overbearing for the School of Tarabucan National High School to extend their services to our learners, parents, and the community as a whole. As we face the new normal education, we, determined teachers, supportive stakeholders, parents, and students are positive enough to continue education with resiliency and courage. Because we believe that Secretary Leonor Magtolis Briones once said, "Education should be our top priority. Despite the present condition, education must continue." And so, DepEd Region 8 is the last one to surrender.
Moreover, under the new normal education, various strategies and assessments should be implemented. Protocols should be set strictly to ensure safety for everybody.
So, in this challenging time, the importance of celebrations are greater than ever.
Now, they get a chance to celebrate this great and important occasion not just in their academic pursuits, but in their lives as a whole. Thus, we've reached the infinite possibilities and opportunities.
Tarabucan National High School proudly presents its fourth graduation ceremony for this school year 2020-2021 with the theme, Strengthening the Quality of Education Amid the COVID-19 Pandemic.
This most awaited event has never been made possible without the support of the equally and highly esteemed individuals from the Schools Division of Calbayog City, led by our Vibrant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Thelma Cabadsan Kitalig, CESO 5, Supportive Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Charlita A. Palma, CESO 6, Curriculum Implementation Division Chief, Dr. Renato S. Kagumok,
School Governance Operations Division Chief, Mr. Albaldo D. Jumangay, Education Program Supervisors, District Adopter Boquendo 2, Mr. Valentino D. Galban, the epitome of empowered woman, and a very young at heart district in charge, Maria Gina U. Moreno, our active and dedicated school principal, Mrs. Welma L. Reyes, Barangay Council, headed by the Barangay Captain, Honorable Pedro M. Coquilla Sr., Grade 12 Advisors, Tarabucan National High School Faculty, graduating class, proud parents, guardians, friends, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant afternoon to all of us.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Welma L. Reyes, the school principal, will now officially open the fourth graduation ceremony.
My high respect and salutations to our school's division superintendent, Dr. Thelma Cabadsan Kitalig, CESO 5, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Charlita A. Palma, CESO 6, Curriculum Implementation Division Chief, Dr. Renato S. Kagumok, School Governance and Operations Division Chief, Mr. Obaldo D. Jumangay, Education Program Supervisors, District Adapter Abocando 2, Mr. Valentino D. Galban, District in Charge, Mrs. Maria Jenna Yo Moreno, fellow administrators, barangay officials, headed by Barangay Captain Honorable Pedro M. Cuquilla Sr., Education Committee Chair Honorable Kagawad Marita P. Badilla, teaching staff of Tarabucan National High School, General PTA officials, headed by the GPTA President, Mr. Eduardo L. Panzuelo, parents, graduating students, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. By virtue of the powers vested in me by the laws of the Republic of the Philippines, the roles of the Department of Education and Schools Division of Calbayog City, I now declare that the fourth graduation ceremony of Tarabucan National High School, school year 2020-2021, is now officially open.
At this juncture, may we all put ourselves in the spirit of patriotism as we listen our Philippine national anthem. It will be followed by a prayer to be led by Joan Wailu Chavez with honors, regional hymn, division hymn, and school hymn.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Grateful for the blessings of years together and with great hope in the future which is open to us. We have learned many things in the past years older, and most of them have been good new ways of being ourselves and a new ways of looking at the world, an experience of beauty and love, strength and joy, surpassing that we thought a human could hold. For this learning, we are deeply grateful, O Lord. We have come some distance in your word, far enough to know its cycles of ups and downs, for these years have shown us the poverty within our world. And faith, hope, and love in short supply. For this realization, Lord, we are grateful. We have made some progress, Lord, in knowing who we are, and that we can do, but not have fully done. With gratitude that you have brought us this far, we pray for your help to come. We pray for help to hard things which lie ahead, that our lives be added to the richness of the world, with the fullest measures of your gift to us, that somehow through us we will be done on earth to contribute to the life and freedom of life. Lord, for all that has been and all that will be, thank you. Almighty and eternal Father, in your loving providence, you have brought your beloved sons and daughters to this graduation. We you have instilled and promoted in us, that we may reach in safely your kingdom of glory. Help our beloved parents, teachers, friends, our administrator, and our dear alma mater, who have given us their time, effort, and part of themselves, so that we will grow in knowledge and wisdom, and make us genuine witnesses of your Son, Jesus Christ, at home, among friends, and other people. This we ask through your Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Step by step in synchronous motion, each day and through we march them on. Fair children of this beloved land, in measured transformation. Becoming treasure of the land. Lifted eastern Messiahs, racing towards excellence, we show the path as we hold the course, on the bladed way, onward to victory. Mustard seeds from of God's creation, so thou the earth light of the world, past and present in combination, the future seated in the classroom. On a star caught up in the high decay, thereof the race pilgrim of the heart, down branching God's eternal vine, the long and endless line. Lifted eastern Messiahs, lead God to guide us, we make the sun hearken to the call of becoming treasure of the land. Lifted eastern Messiahs, racing towards excellence, we show the path as we hold the course, on the bladed way, onward to victory. The story
It is overwhelming to hear words of welcome from our top student, Kent Robert Manzanero, with honors as he delivers the welcome address on behalf of the candidates for graduation.
To our Vibrant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Tama Kabadsan Italig, CESO 5, Supportive Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Sherlita A. Palma, CESO 6, Curriculum Implementation Division Chief, Dr. Renato S. Kagumok, School Governance Operations Division Chief, Mr. Baldo D. Jumangay, District Adapter, Mr. Valentino D. Galvan, Enthusiast and Diligent District in Charge, Mrs. Maria Gina U. Moreno, Active and Dedicated School Principal, Mrs. Welma L. Reyes, Barangay Council headed by the Barangay Captain Honorable Pedro M. Coquilla Sr., my dear committed teachers, loving and caring parents, GPTA officers, my co-graduates, ladies and gentlemen, a blessed and fruitful moment to one and all. First and foremost, we thank God for having this special occasion with a great intention to recognize us graduates, even in the midst of COVID-19 pandemic. It is with great joy that I stand before you now in behalf of our class to welcome you all on this very significant event, the 4th graduation ceremony of the Tarabucan National High School, with a theme, strengthening the quality of education amid the COVID-19 pandemic. I am sure that my fellow graduates share the joy that I feel now. The same expression of gratitude to God and to everyone, because we shared common experiences that brought us to the finish line triumphantly. It is very true that education must continue, and education is the last to surrender. The laurels of this momentous day neither belong to any man, nor to the graduates alone. The glory of this joy belongs to all of us, especially to our parents, who always answer the needs of their children. Even at the difficult times, they never say no, but finding means for the benefit of our goodness. Our teachers, who granted everything just to sustain the learning of the students in different ways. Home visitation, virtual monitoring, and other means to communicate. All of them made us possible. With this pandemic, let us not lose hope, but still soar high towards our personal dreams for a brighter tomorrow. Continue to offer our trust to Heavenly Father so that He may constantly give us the guidance to the right path as we continue our journey towards the attainment of our dreams and aspirations in life. Once again, congratulations and may God bless us all.
At this juncture, we shall now hear important message from our vivacious and passionate leader in the Department of Education. Let's welcome Secretary Leonor Magtoles Briones.
Good day to each and everyone who is attending virtually present at this time of our graduation ceremonies for our beloved and very precious graduates for the school year which ends at this time. First of all, I'd like to greet the parents and family members without whose sacrifices, whose reminders, and whose participation in the learning process for our graduates have resulted in this culmination program. This year, your role has changed drastically. where we've always thought, we've always believed that the matter of educating our children rests nearly exclusively on our teachers and our staff. This time, you parents, you family members, you who are in the households of our learners have expanded your role and contributed to this wonderful day wherein finally, our learners are graduating in this culmination exercise. So, congratulations, because this year has not been very easy, has not been a picnic for our teachers, for our family members, as well, especially the parents, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and all who have contributed to the achievement of our learners at this time. So, maraming salamat at congratulations, parents and family members. Mas malaki ang role ninyo at this time compared to earlier graduation exercises. Secondly, I would also like to greet our teachers, without whose very careful review and careful supervision of the work of our pupils and our learners, this event would would not be taking place at all. And so, thank you, teachers. Your role has also expanded. In addition to seeing to it that the modules are faithfully followed, the assignments are correctly implemented, and the learners are truly learning, and you have had to deal with new ways of assessing the performance also of the learners. So, congratulations, teachers, for enduring, for your patience, for your love for our learners, and your willingness to engage in a way and methods of teaching which are different from those which are used to. Assessment must have been especially difficult for you, especially since you were not able to see most of the time our students in face-to-face meetings, and most of the meetings, of course, were virtual. We'd also like to thank the local government units for their interest, for their cooperation, and for their continuing contributions to the needs of education, even as our children do not go to school. Your donations of material as well as financial resources at this time are most welcome, and your advice has been taken seriously not only by our teachers, by our school officials, but also by our officials in the Department of Education. We continually talk with local government units, especially in times of disaster, in times of great need for classrooms, for space, and for responses to unforeseen emergencies. Thank you, local government units. But of course, most of the congratulatory greetings fall on the deserving graduate. Each and every one of you is truly special. You are different from the other graduates who have passed through the portals of your school. You went to school practically without seeing your teachers, if at all. You went to school with your parents, your mothers, and your fathers hovering over your shoulders and seeing to it that you are able to complete your assignments. You are completing your studies at a time when examinations and assessments are different. You are culminating these long months of hard work at this time, even as you have to do family chores, even as you are distracted, and even as your world has turned upside down, and it seems and it appears as if we don't know what the future holds and what will happen next. But you have persevered, and now you are ready to graduate. And therefore, you deserve each and every bit of congratulations from us in the Department of Education, from your parents and family members, your teachers, from the officials in local government, as well as in the parent teachers associations. You deserve each and every single congratulatory pat on your back, each hug virtually, of course, and each greeting, which I am sure you are also receiving virtually. I don't know if you will remember this event many, many years from now. I have tried to recall myself who our graduation speaker was when I finished high school and when I finished my college studies. All I remember is that the graduation speaker was someone important, someone who was invited because that someone is supposed to give a message. What was more important to us graduates at that time was the excitement of the celebrations, the happiness and the joy of our parents, the sadness of parting from our classmates and from our teachers, and the enjoyment of all the graduation events that usually take place come commencement day. When I was a college student, we had a series of events which were designed to embed in our minds, which were designed to help us remember and not forget our days in college. We would spend one whole day going around the campus, visiting the classrooms, saying goodbye to our teachers, and sharing memories. We would have bonfires to say goodbye to each other. We had baccalaureate services where we committed ourselves to God and we prayed for guidance when we go out into the world. So many celebrations, and the speaker, of course, is the least important and easily forgotten component of the graduation exercise. Nonetheless, I will exert all efforts to share with you what I see are things or issues which a graduate should remember and recall. I have said that you are very special. You are very different. You are pioneering. There has been no other class like your class. There has been no other graduate like you as a graduating student because you are the very first graduate of the blended learning response to education in the Philippines. And so you ask yourself, what awaits you in the world outside? You can either work because the kind of curriculum you survived and underwent as a student will enable you to go to work if you wish to go to work. Some of you will proceed to further studies, and this would be a wonderful thing because there are many opportunities for further expanding your knowledge, for further answering and looking for explanations of issues, events that make you curious, especially in science, in technology, and also in the arts. So you can work, you can go to further studies, and perhaps some of you will settle down, hopefully not too soon, so you can pursue what you really want to do. So today, this is why we call this exercise a commencement exercise. It's not the end of our studies. It's not the end of all our efforts with blended learning, with modules, with floods, with earthquakes, and of course with COVID. It's a commencement of doors opening to you. More doors will be opened because you are a graduate. You can work, you can proceed for further studies, you can help your parents, and you can perhaps look for opportunities to do what you have always wanted to do, whether at work, whether at advanced studies, whether at learning more in science and technology, in mathematics, and in the arts. All of these opportunities are available to you. More doors are being opened. I hope you will select the door which arouses your curiosity, the door which will help you know more about this world, and the door which will allow you to contribute to the development of our country and contribute whatever we can to solve our problems and our challenges. Congratulations once more to each and every one of you. Congratulations to you, parents and family members. Congratulations to you, teachers. When I was chair of the board of Silliman University, each time we had graduation ceremonies, during the baccalaureate and during commencement itself, I would cry. I would cry because you are sending out into the world a new batch of graduates, and we want to be sure that what is awaiting them is appropriate. We want to be sure that they are ready for what awaits them when they select which door to open. And so we tell you, go out to the world, do whatever you want to do. God be with you, and be assured that all of us love each and every one of you. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, to give us another message, please welcome our unbeatable Regional Director in Region 8, Dr. Maria Gemma M. Ledesma.
My warmest congratulations to the graduates of Batch 2021. Today marks another milestone in your lifelong journey in achieving your dreams and successes in life. Finishing your basic education in the midst of pandemic was quite challenging. The shift from the normal to the current situation was a complete change for all of us. The process of keeping abreast with the latest trends in education was not easy, but you did your best in dealing with the challenges of the new normal. This year's graduation theme, Strengthening the Quality of Education Amid the COVID-19 Pandemic, highlights DepEd's commitment to provide inclusive and quality education while ensuring the safety of the teachers and learners from the health risks of COVID-19. My dear graduates, you have proven your resilience by braving the threats of the global health crisis in furtherance of useful and productive learning. I congratulate you for your courage and genuine commitment to contribute to nation building by continuously improving your skills and competence through quality basic education. To the champions of education, the tireless teachers, generous stakeholders, and loving parents, this occasion marks another unmistakable example that everything is possible when we unite and pool our resources together. I sincerely thank you for your commitment and inspiration in exploring the most sustainable ways of supporting the learning continuity of our learners in the face of COVID-19 pandemic. Dear graduates, the road ahead is full of uncertainties. Press forward. Let your dreams and aspirations be your guide toward achieving the fullest potentials and building a strong nation for the Filipino youth. Once again, congratulations and Godspeed.
At this point, may we hear an inspirational message from our very active Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Thelma Cabalsan Kitalig, CESU 5.
Greetings to one and all. Special mention to my co-pilot, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Sharita Palma, the Chief of Curriculum Implementation Division, Dr. Renato Cagumok, the Chief of School Governance and Operations Division, Mr. Ubaldo Jumangay, the Education Program Supervisors, the Public Schools District Supervisors, the school heads, our completers, and graduates, their parents, and all our school stakeholders. Good afternoon to all of you. Today is another milestone in the history of our education pursuit for the sake of our children and their future. This is the completion and graduation rites of our school children this school year 2020-2021 with the theme Strengthening Quality Education Amidst COVID-19 Pandemic. Also, I consider this event a big celebration of the fruitful partnership we have fostered with our stakeholders led by our local government officials and the barangays and the city, as well as the cooperation, support, and understanding of our parents. It is worthy to mention that our teachers, the school heads, and supervisors have painstakingly shared all their best efforts with passion, dedication, and commitment. That is why the completion, the graduation rites is taking place today. To our young completers and graduates, I am congratulating all of you to have survived and won the battle against all the many challenges that have confronted you in trying to respond to the teaching learning modalities provided you by our schools during this pandemic. The teaching learning environment is very unusual, that put all of you, all of us, in a problematic, very problematic situation. But all of us did contribute in defining strategies responsive to every issue, event, concern, or even a problem, in solving all of this. So, we achieved all our intentions in reaching this day, your completion, your graduation rites. In this big event, I want you to remember this. Choose to see goodness in everything around you, and you will soon appreciate your life more. Choose to see the good side of every event, thing, or person in your life, and you will never run out of blessings to come. Let love embrace your life as God cares for you. My dear completers and graduates, for you to strengthen quality basic education amidst the pandemic, you should recognize the value of character. It is in your character, in your attitude, in your values, in your willpower that will define your destiny. The achievers are those who do not lose hope in time of adversity. They have a mindset that understands that after the rain, the sun shines brightly in the sky. They are the positive thinkers. They are industrious. They consider an issue a challenge to work on, a problem as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. They do not allow detractors to define their day. They convert obstacles to opportunities. They set goals and achieve them with excellence. They have good relationship with everyone from home down to the community. And they have a very, very high self-respect. These are the sterling traits of achievers, which all of you must inculcate in your mind, develop them in yourselves, and practice them in your everyday life as you continue advancing your education to enable you to reach your ambition or dream in life. To put concrete to this, allow me to mention some of my personal experiences when I was a young student like you. As eldest of the 5 children in a very humble beginning, a very humble family, I took the lead in setting standards when doing home chores. Every weekend, I was in the farm with my mother and younger brother, cutting the grass, planting all kinds of crops available, and harvesting those fit for harvest and bringing them to the market for sale. Occasionally, the 3 of us has to be in the forest to gather firewood enough for the week. Almost all the time in weekends, I was preparing native delicacies like iraid or puto bagol out of cassava also for sale. So, doing this in those ways, we're no longer asking money from our mother for our projects in school. Actually, in all that we wanted to buy for ourselves when we were in school, like the school supplies and snacks, were both out of the income we have in selling root crops, vegetables, and the native delicacies. I also decided to indulge myself and my younger brother in gathering stones at the mountains not far away from the barangay where we were residing, in some weekends when we were not in the farm. What did we do with those big stones? Of course, we gathered them just like what the barangay folks were doing, and we put them along the highway, then broke them into pieces, just like what we are noticing or what we have now. When we are having construction, then these small stones are usually, we call them gravel. So those were the things that we had done during those days. And we were selling as well those broken stones. But that time, it was by can. Per can, it was both, I think 15 centavos per can. And we used to have 30 to 50 cans, when the buyer, of the stones or gravel was already around. You see, my brother and I were already very happy when the buyer was already around, because most of the time we were able to make it to 50 cans of gravel and 15 centavos per can. Then we used to receive 7 pesos and 50 centavos. And you know what? Usually it took us about 3 to 4 months for us to be able to come up with that number of cans. But it was an addition to what we already have. Out of the selling of root crops, the selling of vegetables, the selling of the native delicacies. So you see, plus the purchase out of the stones or out of the gravel. Anyway, let me mention to you that my father has worked 14 years in a fishing boat, as a pescador. A pescador is the lowly paid laborer in the fishing boat. But after about 3 to 5 years, probably, my father got promoted to a position they call maestro. As maestro, he was the captain of the boat that stayed for 7 days at sea fishing. When the boat came ashore, we had plenty of fish at home, and this was a weekly scenario. So I learned how to slice the big fish and produce dried fish out of them, also for sale. Additional income again. In my childhood days, my dear young completers and young graduates, what I learned so much was about work. We have never wasted a day with barcadas because we have none. I have none. Yes, I do have friends among neighbors and in the school, my classmates, but we never spent a day for nothing. I do not preach to you to do all this, but I want you to pick up the strong message I am sending out of the simpleness of life I have had in my younger days, but was full of passion, full of hard work, and determination to succeed. To all education program supervisors and key personnel in the division office, to all the public schools district supervisors, to all the school principals, head teachers, teachers in charge, to all our teachers and non-teaching personnel, there is a saying which says, there are three kinds of people in this world: those who make things happen, those who watch them happen, and those who never know that everything at all is happening. This we all know we belong to the first group of people, because as teachers, we take hand, we open minds, and we touch hearts. In closing, let me quote Walter Scott. He said, "Whatever understanding we have of ourselves, this is what we become. We can become anything we want because the world exists through the power of beliefs. There is nothing fixed or limiting about human being. All the power of the universe is inside us. Simply put, we are who we think we are. And this we have the power to change, to make a difference." Thank you, and mabuhay tayong lahat. Again, to the graduates, congratulations. To the completers, of course, find your time very soon, either August or September, for our next school year opening. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ma'am, for the inspiring words and heartwarming message you have shared to the graduates.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, you are about to witness virtually the main highlight of today's event, the presentation of the candidates for graduation. May we have on our screen our very own and dedicated school principal, Mrs. Welma L. Reyes, followed right away by the confirmation, Dr. Thelma Cabansan Kitalig, CESU 5, as the confirming official. May we give them a virtual applause.
By virtue of the powers vested in me by the Department of Education, through the school's Division Superintendent of Calbayog City, Dr. Thelma Cabansan Kitalig, CESU 5, and confirming official, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for graduation, 35 males and 63 females, a total of 98 for the school year 2020-2021 of Tarabucan National High School, who have satisfactorily completed the requirements for the K-12 basic education curriculum for senior high school academic track general academic strand as prescribed by the Department of Education. Ma'am, grant them all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertain.
By virtue of the power vested in me as the school's division superintendent, and that authority is coming from the office of the regional director, Dr. Jema Ledisma, and in consonance with the pronouncement coming from the two chiefs for the completers, Mr. Chumangay, and then for the graduates, candidates for graduation, coming from Dr. Rini Kagumo. Now, I confirm the following as completers: kindergarten, 4,072; grade 10, 3,836; as junior high school, 555. And for the candidates of graduation, I am confirming them graduates. Grade 6, 3,740. Grade 12, 2,981. Fifth year, 35. And as elementary, 47. With the completion of either, all of them, these 4,072 children are ready for enrollment in any public and private institutions, not just here in Calcayog City, but anywhere in the Republic of the Philippines. For grade 10, they are now eligible for enrollment to the senior high school, also anywhere in our Republic. For the girls junior high school, they are as well ready for enrollment in the senior high school, anywhere in the Republic of the Philippines. For our graduates, for grade 6, they are now eligible for enrollment in any public or private institution in our country. For grade 12, then this group practically has two options. It's either they proceed to college or they proceed to life. Life is all about anything they wish to do in accord with the dictum of moral values and what is accepted by the society. For the 5th year, of course, they are eligible also for enrollment in the next ladder of education. So with this, we have finally succeeded in our journey for the educational attainment of this group of children. That's why congratulations, not just to this group of children, but to all of us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment for our graduating class has come. Let us witness the distribution of Academic Excellence Award. This will be given by Mr. Valentino D. Galban, District Adapter, to be assisted by Maria Gina U. Moreno, District in Charge.
Alico Joshua M. Angkilan Jason B. Banta Joseph T. Barandino Mark Wilson S. Burka Renz Clifford D.
Capalis Justine M. Carpio Adrian D. Katunhay Benji P. Quizon Marlon G. Dato Jonathan L.
Diliquinia J. Justin C. Delgado Pernito Jr. M. De Los Reyes John Kenneth C. De Los Reyes Sergi J. Jumangay Henji T.
Dormiendo Rodolfo A.
Floraldi R.A.O.
Hitigan Jomen D. Lumagdong Esmael Jr. T. Magampo Christopher G. Magampo Darwin G.
Magampo Justin G. Magbanwa Eric B. Mahilom Angelo B. Mitran Isaac A. Miano Ian Jasper L.
Paul Darwin C. Panzuelo John Christopher B. Saludario Resti O. Santa Ana Nilo T. Tarayo John Michael M.
Ibanez Ramil P. Alcomendas Sheila May. Alimuot Angelica N. Aris Genevieve S. Bunayog Griselda O. Britannico Andrea Nicole D. Burka Maria Cristel G.
Bustamante Merly F. Cabilis Arabella M. Kakdak Carla C. Carpio Catherine A. Carpio Jonami B.
Carpio Joraline B. Castillo Christine O. Diboton Rica D. Digenio Christine Joy S. Digenio Jocelyn T.
Dipanzo Mariel R. Duinog Jillian P. Dukay Mariel B. Francisco Hazel P. Francisco Maria Shenley M.
Garalza Maria Tricia M. Gaspan Angelo P. Helicami Presti A. Julagon Marian C. Julagon Mariani C.
Gonjo Jezebel T. Lacon Maridel B. Urien Abigail T. Lojero Angel Y. Lumagdong Maria May B.
Magampo Baby P. Magampo Laika T. Mahilom Razel B. Umayon Leslie Jane A. Palyok Ana Marie C.
Panzuelo April Joy M. Panzuelo Rica B. Pintason Maria Nica J. Pintason Rica S. Kiambao Rofame C.
Ranyola Crystal Joy C. Sabilaw Micaela S. Salas Daisy J. Saludario Marivic O. Saludario Michelle O.
Saucero Karil D. Saucero Glory Jane N. Saucero Jeremy S. Septo Rica M. Septo Robilen M.
Tarayo Bea. Tarayo Dinaline G. Tarayo Elizabeth G. Ibanez Ara P. Gaspan John Neil G. with honors. Manzanero Kent River P. with honors. Rangas Kenneth B. with honors. Asis Mylene A. with honors. Bantolod Judeline D. with honors. Castillo Antoinette M. with honors.
Galamiton Lodina M. with honors. Chavez Joanne Y. with honors. Mercader Angel O. with honors. Nueva Mary Rose with honors. Mayon Juliet R. with honors.
For the address of gratitude, please welcome Miss Antoinette Castillo, graduating with honors.
To our Vibrant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Thelma Cabadsan Kitalig, CESO 5, Supportive Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Shirlita A. Palma, CESO 6, Curriculum Implementation Division Chief, Dr. Renato S. Cagumok, School Governance Operations Division Chief, Mr. Obaldo D. Jumangay, District Adapter of Okendo 2, Mr. Valentino D. Galban, Enthusiast and Diligent District in Charge, Mrs. Gina U. Moreno, Active and Dedicated School Principal, Mrs. Welma L. Reyes, Barangay Council headed by the Barangay Captain, Honorable Pedro M. Coquilla Sr., my dear committed teachers, loving and caring parents, GPTA officers, my co-graduates, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant day to all of us. First and foremost, I would like to say, congratulations, fellow graduates, we did it. As Patrick Ness once said, everything's always ending, but everything's always beginning too. This is our last graduation ceremony in our beloved school, and end our role as senior high school students. But this is only the beginning of our journey in reaching our goals in life. When I first entered the door as a high school student, I was so nervous. It's a new environment for me, and I thought that it will be hard for me to make friends. But on the last day of high school, I left that same door, bringing with me the memories I shared with the people I encountered. In this school, I experienced bad and good moments that made me who I am today. Allow me to share these unforgettable moments. In grade 7, I was so shy and I barely raised my hand, even I know the answer. But as days passed by, I met new friends and began to take courage and share my ideas. When I was in grade 8, I experienced to skip classes to do our performance task in one subject. I experienced being scolded by my teachers and did a school service. I know that what I did was wrong. That was my first time and also my last. In my grade 9 days, Get Fam was created. During these days, our relationship in our section became stronger and treated each one of us as a family. In grade 10, I didn't expect that I would become close with my classmates and to my teachers as well. I learned from them to have fun sometimes and study hard most of the time. When I enter as a senior high school student, things get tougher. Especially that time, I felt that the pressure I felt all along risen up. It became my greatest enemy, but it also played an important role in building myself. Some may think that I felt great when people expect too much from me and look up to me, but I am not. I experienced getting low scores too, just like other students. And I spent stressful nights doing and finishing my schoolworks. But I overcame it all, and I am here today. As we have come to end our senior high school journey, I would like to express my deepest and heartfelt gratitude to those people who's been with me since the first day. First, I want to thank God for guiding me through this journey, for being my savior and my protector. Truly, I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. To our principal, Mrs. Welma L. Reyes, thank you so much, ma'am, for being an active and supportive principal. To my hardworking junior high school teachers, damo po nga salamat, ma'am and sir, for sharing your knowledge and for teaching us. To the diligent teachers of senior high school department, salamat po ora-ora, ma'am and sir, sa nawaray butlaw nga pagtutdo ng pagintindi sa amon, especially po sa nga panahon sa pandemya. To my co-SSG officers and our SSG advisor, thank you for being part of my senior high school days, for giving me the chance to serve our beloved school. To my fellow school journalists and to my English broadcasting team, thank you for helping me discover that I have potential in this field. To my friends and classers family, salamat kaya adakam. Salamat sa iyo encouragement ng pagbulig sa akon. Salamat liwat kay sa iyo ko nahibaruan na magburubligay permi. To my co-XOL, thank you so much for being part of my teenage life, for inspiring me and for making me happy. To all the parents and guardians of my fellow graduates, salamat po sa iyo suporta para sa iyong mga anak. Tungod po sa iyo, aadi si Rayana. To my family, thank you for always being there for me. Ang iyong presensya ang nagahatag sa akong kusog para magpadayon. Kamu, ang una-una ko nga inspirasyon. Kanda mama ng tatay, ang iyo po anak graduate na. Salamat po sa iyo ora-ora. San iyo paggamauyato. Salamat sa tanan na sakripisyo na iyo inhimo para lang makaeskwela kami na magburugto. Kan tatay, salamat sa nuwaray butlaw nga pagtrabaho para lang makaeskwela kami. Miskin magsagkit na imo kalawasan, nabuhat ka lagi hapon, nakadto sa bukid, para may maipakaon, ngan may maihatag sa amon. Ngan kan mama, salamat sa pag-ataman sa amon. Salamat kay miskin mainbabati ka, masinuuna mo pa kami. Ngan salamat sa pag-intindi, nga kung danay diri na ako nakabulig sa trabahoon sa balay, kay tungod sa trabahoon sa eskwelahan. Proud ako ora-ora kay kamo akon kag anak. Kamo ang una-una nga rason kay nano nagpupursigi ak pag-aram. Miskin makuri ang panahon. Tungod kay kamuan akon kusog, nganan makita ko la kami nagtatawa, nalilipay na akliwat. Maabot liwat ang adlaw, na ako naman ang magtatrabaho para sa iyo. Likewise, I want to thank myself for being a strong and a hardworking student. I encountered failures, but I used it as my stairways on becoming a better version of myself. And to my fellow graduates, thank you so much for holding on and for celebrating this graduation ceremony with me. We had faced challenges during this time of pandemic, but we still surpassed it all because of our will to succeed. We always think on giving up during the process, but yet we overcame it. We say, "Diri na up," but our action does, "Padayon pa." Today, we achieved the fruit of our labor, and we should be proud of ourselves. Fellow graduates, this graduation ceremony was not what we expected. We are not walking with our parents on the stage, and we are not throwing our cups in the air. But what importance that we did it, we achieved it, and we should claim it. Let's bring with us the lessons we learned, the memories we shared in our school, and let's continue achieving our goals. I am Antoinette M. Castillo, a 2021 Senior High School General Academic Graduate of Tarabucan National High School, ending this speech with these words: dream, explore, and discover. Padayon kita! Again, congratulations, fellow graduates.
The graduates will now sing the graduation song with the title Moments.
We might not be walking across that stage with the cameras flashing. They've been waiting on our day. It's been a journey, hasn't it? I wouldn't trade a moment. No, I wouldn't change a moment. I'm who I am because of you. Whether we've known each other our whole life or just a year or two, and I'm grateful for the time we put in, getting us to this moment, so we could get to this moment. We may not be throwing our caps in the air, but our spirit will rise anywhere. Remember our hallways filled with memories and friends. I wouldn't trade a moment. No, I wouldn't change a moment. I'm who I am because of you. Whether or just a year or two. And I'm grateful for the times we'll never forget, so we can be in this moment, right here in this moment.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Welma L. Reyes, School Principal, will now give her closing message. May we give her a virtual applause.
Once again, good afternoon. My warmest congratulations to the graduates of Class 2021. Finally, your long years of hard work and perseverance have paid off with your graduation and have earned you your diploma. This is a very momentous day in your life, for it proves your determination to finish senior high school despite of difficulties in facing life's tough challenges. You have hurdled every stone placed before you in your journey. Just keep the courage in yourself, have self-confidence, perseverance, a strong determination, and firmly hold on to your faith in God. These are the most powerful weapons in achieving your goals. The guiding ideas to success will always start with visions, missions, values, and purpose. Once defined, you are ready to meet the challenges with your own real learning, making the best version of yourselves. Learn and relearn to cope with the challenges of life. There may be obstacles along the way, and you might have to make detours or modify your goal. Just be more focused and determined to make your journey easier. I am confident that the school has provided you with sufficient trainings, both knowledge and skills, but always remember that whatever goals you have set for yourselves, attitude and character may be even more important in fulfilling your dreams. Your success today is a strong reflection of our oneness in mission and vision. This is made possible by strong collaboration and resilient efforts of the education leaders, school, family, and community. A manifestation that no pandemic could stop education. Through shared responsibility, the implementation of the Basic Education School Learning Continuity Plan was successfully realized. And so, let me take this opportunity to express my great appreciation and gratitude to all partners, the stakeholders who supported us all the way from the start up to this day. To the barangay officials of the different catchment areas, thank you for your unwavering support. You provided us easy transportation in our weekly distribution and retrieval of learning packets. Likewise, to the parents for doing your part as second teachers. Your priceless efforts and sacrifices have inspired your children to strive more in attaining their goals in life. To my fellow teachers, thank you for holding on to our commitment and passion to serve even if it takes our health at risk. We made it because we played as a team. We are all an integral part in developing the potentials and shaping the values of our learners. Lastly, to the graduates, as you leave the halls of your alma mater, Tarabucan National High School, may excellence be your constant goal and make your family and school proud. Godspeed to all of you. As the school head, I now declare that the fourth graduation ceremony of Tarabucan National High School is now officially closed.
May we take this opportunity to thank everyone who unselfishly cooperated and participated in any undertakings of this year's Tarabucan National High School graduation ceremony.
Congratulations, graduates, and to your proud parents. Go forth, grow, and be successful. A philosopher once said, "Success is not a failure. Failure is not fatal, but it is the courage to continue that counts."
On behalf of the teaching staff of Tarabucan National High School, this has been your host, Maria Ginalyn A. Taniola,
and Mr. Joey L. Escorido, saying, thank you and God bless us all.